Alright, so. Last time. Actually, I think the last video, which was extremely long. Super lot of bad stuff happened. All in that video. Over the span of about an hour and a half, but a lot of bad things happened. This time. I said this
Shall
before.
be different?
Yeah. This time. I said this briefly before starting up the recording, but thanks to actually in the chat, I'm gonna butcher this, I know, but Ardrian gave me a patched version of the ROM with the bug fix versions. I had to start the game over, unfortunately, and the only big changes there is our team is a little different for this segment. We got Millie, Kinnison, and Hana instead of what was it? It was Mukumuku, Zamza, and Rikimaru. And the other big difference is I didn't get that rarefied water rune, so Nanami has a fire rune instead. But either way,
it's not necessarily a huge loss, though.
I just bought a bunch of extra medicines.
Yeah.
The first thing on the docket, though, is we're going to make a journey down to Cornet Town.
What will we find in Cornet Town?
A blacksmith. When the mercenary camp burns down, you are locked off from all blacksmiths, except for this one in Cornet Town.
And this one over here is actually the best one in the area anyway, so cool?
Yeah, I'll probably take some time
Win-win.
getting everybody to 3, maybe 4. At least the boys will be. I can actually say
the
that in this
sprite animation in this game was great.
Oh, it's so good.
I'd say your main character should
forgot
probably
all
try
of
to
it.
have his moved up to 4, because it might be that upgrade point when you go to a next level of weaponry, and that's a big boost to your attack.
Yeah, I'll
And
probably
since
try and
he's
get.
a 2-weapon hitter, that makes it even better.
Yeah, him and Joey at least, because that'll buff up buddy attack a ton.
Yeah, and that'll make life just better in general.
Also, I didn't say at the top of the video, but joining me again is Crumb, and then carrying over from the XCOM stuff, Vinay is here.
Hello.
But yes.
I missed some fun times in XCOM last time. It's a shame.
Yeah, my stuff blew up comprehensively, I'm afraid.
We don't talk about last XCOM session.
What are you talking about? You
Yep,
have recorded video evidence of it being an amazing time for everyone.
That's not canon. That's literally what I
As
uploaded
it turns
as.
out, as it turns out, the session also exploded, so everything's fine.
Oh, Millie got an upgrade on her boomerang. Alright. Then we'll get
It goes from hit boomerang to hit boomerang. Sure, why not?
Well, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Nope. No upgrade, unfortunately. It's probably at 5 or 6 for them, but that's, again, not a big deal.
I'm gonna throw Hana in there as well, just because it's what she's going to be doing pretty much every turn.
If you're getting everyone up to 4, might as well just get everyone up to, or those 4 up to 4, might as well do the other 2.
Yeah, good point. This, if I remember right, the Sidar Ruins is hell.
It's not hell, it's just long.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
Sindar Ruins is intense.
What's up?
You'll see.
Yeah, +8, it's fine. Once you hit that next tier, man, it starts to go crazy.
Yeah, the attack power curve in this game is slightly peculiar.
I think you mean amazing.
Also,
That's
that thing I said.
Bar. Item shop. Item shop's what I want. Because they'll probably sell some armor.
Probably some basic stuff, yeah.
They sell a tunic in their rare finds. I'm sorry, what?
You know.
Shoulder pads, which are extremely expensive. Boots, less so.
Computer?
Hello, computer.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. There we are. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a freeze.
You sound
and
like
the
it.
other kind.
You're good now.
All right.
By the way, this is why, if you are aware that glitch exists, I had forgotten. Doing the multiple boots trick is not a bad idea. Boots are a +3 defense. They're very good early on. Frankly, we can stay in the other end for free.
Gotta save all that potch. Sorry, my mind blanked for a second on what the heck it was called.
All that
Yep, it's Potch.
penny.
I have no idea why. Potch is something else, isn't it?
I wanted to call it Zorknids just because I still think that's my favorite type of currency.
I want to go.
It's not a bad one.
I'm not gonna do it, but I want to go show something off real fast.
Okay.
Also, I can't do it because the patch fixed it. But
What thing was it?
the gate.
Ah, yeah, the game.
Oh, the patch did fix it? Okay.
You can no longer get Humphrey and Futch early and basically bork up a million other
Who?
things.
People.
You
These
played
random
this
people we
game.
might not know. Well, no, it's mostly it's a surprise.
Oh, I see.
No, I think I mentioned it during the Suikoden 1 playthrough.
Oh, is that what you were up to? I seem to remember you playing this before, but I may have remembered you playing Suikoden 1 instead.
Yes, I have not streamed 2.
Until now.
Yeah, I
Hey,
stayed.
it's the weasel.
This is an unnecessarily cool enemy for being just a completely random fucking encounter. Look at that attack animation.
It's a reference.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, the Japanese myth is the
Okay.
sickle weasel. So I've
Oh,
never actually,
that's why those things are in Etrian Odyssey.
Yep.
That
So
explains everything.
I've never actually
They're
done it
in a lot
myself,
of
but my understanding is this is a gate to a later area, and if you just run into this door long enough, it starts to move or something like that.
You can push it like a block.
Okay.
For no clear reason.
Yep.
Why? Because it's funny.
And that's
Mhm.
it. That's the glitch. It lets you get into a really later area of the game, like level 40-ish, I want to say.
Yes.
Okay, it might be a different gate. That's fair.
But the point
But,
is, there a lot of people are saying, well, how the heck are you going to be able to beat a level 40 enemies with your guys so low? Correct answer to that is your main character, well, not your main character, your side character there, Joey, because he has access to a move that is an instant death move.
Yep.
And
I always thought it was
instant death
pronounced
actually
Joey.
works in games like this, so you can kill those level 40 plus enemies pretty much
can-
instantly.
You can also just run until you recruit a non-level character. That works too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another good thing that Suikoden did that I don't think enough things do anymore is let multiple attack animations play simultaneously.
Yes. That's such a phenomenal idea because it speeds everything up and it makes the tempo of the fights. It feels more visceral. Also, you know, the fights don't take forever.
So, instant death in Suikoden in general is outrageously useful. That's why when your main character fucking had it in the first game, it was gross.
It's a Soul Eater.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Soul Eater was followed up by the inferior copy in number 4.
About that game.
No, it's alright. You get the Soul Eater in 4 anyway.
It's true.
Yes,
Ted
you do.
joins you, doesn't he?
Yep.
Ted shows up.
An
Out of
extremely
nowhere.
time displaced Ted.
Well, I mean, 4 takes place
So fair enough.
400 or 200 years before
Yeah.
1, so it makes sense. Ted goes on about
In-
how he's been just wandering for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Ted.
Yeah, 200 years, Ted is 300 years old. Okay.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
Hey!
How's it going?
I'm Argona. I was here during the first stream as well, and I'm going to continue learning about this game because I've never played it before. Or any
Okay.
Suikoden game.
You're
Suikoden.
putting down Mario in order to play it, too. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, get ready because
Welcome to the danger zone.
Easily one of the longest dungeons in the game. And extremely confusing, because it's just fucking corridors. Oh god, everything about this dungeon's coming back to me all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you hate it.
It's the creepers. They're the annoying ones.
For Argona, I was able to get the bug fix patch working. The problem was I had to replay the first 3 hours of the game.
Which
Right?
it's
I
not
mean-
necessarily a devastating thing.
I'm
Oh,
not
no,
sure
no, no.
what that fixes besides the war music that you mentioned on the first stream. So
It's the war music and a number of other miscellaneous bugs. Also, yeah, this is welcome to Sidar Ruins.
It's not a nice place.
What are you talking about? Everyone's still alive? Barely.
I want to point out that I went and spent like a good bit of money upgrading all my weapons before coming here.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you fight one fight and you gain 2 or 3 levels. I
Yeah.
think what the game is expecting you to happen is you walk in here, you fight some really hard fights and get the crap beaten out of you, but you still level up, and then you do a couple more fights, leave, and then come back at like level 12 or 13.
Now there is a thing you can do with the stones, stone of magic and all that, taking advantage of the system. In that when you die in battle, you get all your items back,
Mm-hmm.
which is save all your power-up items for a very long time, use them all on a character, go die purposely, and then
Yeah, here they are.
when
I was
you
wondering when these guys would show up.
I don't remember
revive,
these guys at all.
they just do random spells.
And they can be very, very nasty spells.
Yep.
Fair enough.
They'll either
Or they
heal-
can be nothing.
Yeah, they'll either heal, put somebody to sleep, nuke one person, or do damage to your entire party.
Yeah,
Again.
and it's the whole party damage that's the problem.
Yeah. Again, just based off the various elements.
Yeah, they
Their
pretty much
gimmicks.
do the first level spell of the first 4 elements.
And this doesn't really feel like much after my first fucking encounter in this place.
Well, yeah, you ran into probably the hardest fight in the place in your very first encounter.
Yeah, these games never really had much of what you might call a difficulty curve.
Mm,
Oh, she missed.
they have difficulty spikes.
Also, those guys with the claws, I think they're only dangerous when in the back row, because then they can use their long-range raking attack. If they're in the front row, I think all they do is that laser beam.
Jeez.
Yeah, that leather armor is a huge pickup.
Holy crap. There we go. Now Hana doesn't take damage ever.
I think that coat of hers can probably go to somebody else, too.
Oh,
so
you're
you can
right.
get
You gotta-
old.
Millie had a tunic.
The wonderful world of step-down equipment.
Mm-hmm. Hand-me-downs are an important part of RPGs where multiple characters can wield or wear multiple kinds of gear.
Mm-hmm.
I'd crumb.
Yes.
Who do you think the Drax Tenkai star is?
I have no idea. I'll think about that on another time, because it's probably...
In general,
ruined
that
if he's not
campaign
here.
feels very... Yeah, it really is. That campaign feels very, Suikoden at times.
Are you talking about Dracula's?
Maybe.
Yep.
I mean, look, let's be honest. You're kind of running over the Joker fights now. Nightmare fights at this point.
Yeah, I think actually hitting that really hard fight in the first fight was probably the best thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one died, and because no one died and you got through killing 5 guys at once, you gained a massive amount of experience, which pushed you right up to where you need to be. Experience curves. They are weird.
And I will...
Well, because it's an exponential curve, right? It compares
Exactly.
it to the level of the thing you're killing,
Mhm.
rather than just a flat
So
experience
if you kill
curve.
5 guys and in the very first fight, you're going to get a lot more experience than you would if you had only fought a couple guys, got close to the experience thing, and then fought 5 guys. So, congratulations, you gamed the system.
More importantly, it's that he fought 5 guys that were significantly out of his depth, and therefore they gave more experience, relatively speaking.
Yep.
Don't want to go that
I
way.
think
This is why characters joining at low levels is almost completely meaningless, because you can power level them to where they need to be incredibly quickly.
Must get treasure chests.
Uh-huh.
Being able to fast level your characters is extremely useful, especially for one very specific part of the game. What?
It's a really good part, though, so I'm okay with it, really.
Yeah, it is. It's my favorite part of the game, actually.
Like, more games need to do more set pieces like that, as I see it.
Well, that was that was lightning, and now healing.
Hey, it's dirtling time.
Really, the most annoying thing about these guys is that the spells take forever to go off.
Mhm.
So you're just sitting there going, "This is really good animation the very first time I see it," but after that, I just want to strangle them.
Mhm.
Just
As
get
an
to
aside,
hitting
you
me
know
already.
what did let attack animations play like a skillion of them at once?
I'm sorry, what? You cut out a little bit.
10-2.
Oh well, that's great. Not gonna play it.
Well, fair enough. Apparently, the game actually had like a fantastic combat engine, which was
Yes.
unfortunately attached to Final Fantasy X-2.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, the combat in 10-2 is so good. The job system is actually really fun to mess around with.
Yeah, like it's a really cool idea, and it's just kind of a shame that
I don't even super hate the story,
It's a little silly at times, but
which is fine. Final Fantasy can be goofy. Look at 5.
fair enough. I think it's the flavor of Goofy that people object to, and that may just be because it's so unrepentantly girly.
It's not necessarily the girly bit. Oh, they can do it from the front row. Interesting. The thing is that it's set in a place that was, a little bit more serious, even though they had characters in it that were slapstick, that they went to kind of a disconnect from the seriousness of the previous set.
Yeah, but I think that may be to the good to some extent, because the thing about Spira is that it's just come off of a cycle of a murder whale killing everything every N years for fuck knows how long.
Spoilers,
So-
I guess.
It's a 10-year-old game.
Yeah, the statute of limitation has long since expired.
I kind of figured, but you never know.
Talking about a sequel, like a direct linear sequel, which perforce requires the discussion of spoilers.
By
Alright,
the way,
welcome to,
we need to find a thing.
welcome to the gimmick of Sidar Ruins. It is every RPG puzzle slapped together.
Dungeon. No, it's all the D&D dungeons,
The
excuse
most
me.
challenging puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, shoulder pads.
Actually, the very first time I came here, I thought, wow, they stole a lot of stuff from Dragon Warrior. Thanks, guys.
Really?
They did.
Dragon Warrior?
Oh, Dragon Warrior did a ton of block puzzles.
Yeah, Dragon Warrior 1 did, because it was Ursat's wizardry.
1 did, 4 did, 3 also did. So yeah, there are some puzzles in there.
The thing about Dragon Warrior,
Dragon Quest is probably what I should be saying.
Dragon
One.
Warrior.
is that it was pretty much specifically made to be like the less horrendously awful wizardry thing. That's why fights take place in the first person.
It kind of worked, and then it got better.
A statue of a two-headed snake.
What?
What
I
the?
don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, we should just leave. That statue's intimidating.
More of these guys.
Alright, let's roll them dice.
Are,
Nice.
are we gonna get the special animation again?
Ball family attack animation.
I got it like 4 times in a row during the first session.
That was disgusting.
It actually changes the properties of the attack, doesn't it?
It does.
Because
Yeah.
Nanami heals and it doesn't do as much damage.
Nanami heals, I want to say the chat said 6% of her health.
Some-
Not
it
enough.
only does 1 times damage as opposed to 2 times, and Nanami doesn't get unbalanced.
Yeah.
Alright, 12.5. Okay.
12.5% chance to happen. She probably heals like 10 to 12%. But the times that you escape talisman, that's useful. The times that it happened for you, she was either almost at max HP or at max HP, so it didn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm. But it is entirely undocumented, that quote-unquote feature, and incredibly silly, and I love the game for doing it.
Another slot.
But that's not a triangle.
This one's already open already, so I can just walk through.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Fire lizard. What? I
Did
forget.
we find a new enemy?
No. Damage self weapon.
Oh, it's a weapon rune. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how the first game had rune pieces that you could put into your weapons, and would give them elemental properties and things like that. This game actually just lets you bind runes to your weapons, and
Which is very useful.
Yeah, but like when I say that, like that is specifically a weapon rune. You can bind any rune to a weapon, so you can bind.
Also, as Chad points out, that's basically Zams's rune.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
It's Zams's rune as your normal attack.
Yeah. Which, you know what? I'll talk about that in a little bit once we get a little bit further into the dungeon.
Mhm. Especially since Zams is not with us at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never use the elemental property runes because like they can be good. The water one is somewhat worth it because I think it gives you passive healing or something like that.
Yep, it gives you a little bit of a heal, and it's not that big later on, but early in the game it can be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, lasers.
I didn't utilize other elements too much because just accidentally walking into an elemental resistance and not really having an answer for it is not always fantastic.
No bueno.
Very unbueno.
But yes, I normally
Whoa.
mute it because I don't want to listen to my voice and it's super confusing and what have you. But
Well, you didn't mute.
I think you moved your microphone away from your
I'm
face.
sorry.
Yeah, plus 5 HP regen, that's right. Woo. But I think you get a couple of those early on if you're lucky enough, and it can be 10 or 15, and that adds up.
Mm-hmm.
All
In the
right.
early game, at least.
Yep. So here's the fun gimmick of the dungeon. We just ran through a majority of it,
Mm-hmm.
and now we get to do a majority of it again.
Exciting.
But what's the difference now, newbie?
Now there's no water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also the water temple.
Oh my god! This is Mr. Venus!
Another new enemy.
God damn, I forgot how bizarre these were.
Can someone tell me, is this a reference? Is this something that I'm missing?
It's a reference to Kirby,
It
you
might-
see.
It might just be weird for the sake of weird.
I mean, I have moons in my mind because of a certain other game that just came out, but
Uh-huh.
God, what? I used that earlier too with this team, and it also missed. Oh boy, okay.
Yeah, it's one guy by himself, so he's gonna hit pretty hard. Also, I don't think Joey was at full health anyway.
Oh, these animations are amazing.
They had one more hit. If
Yeah.
the groundhog had actually hit, we would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
interestingly enough, it's actually a reference to a Charles Dickens writing thing.
Huh. Yeah, I would have never guessed that, that's for sure.
Holy crap, you did get a lot of medicine.
Again, I remember this dungeon being hell.
He came prepared.
And they're
Whether or not he should
100.
have been.
They're 100 each. It's not like I really dipped too deep into the oil inkwell on that one.
Well,
Two-headed snake
Well, is it?
with a
Turns
save
out.
crystal next to it.
well, that's scary.
Surely nothing could go wrong.
Well, let's put down a mid-dungeon save for now.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can backtrack a little bit at this point, right?
Yes. Well, sort of. Any backtracking that we can do has to be done, I think, from this point, because you walk down into the dried up.
Yeah, and you can get some of those chests. And I think some of those chests have some goodies in them.
Yep.
I have a question.
What's up?
If the save points are journeyman crystals, do you think there are also apprentice crystals and master crystals?
I will choke you through the internet.
Oh my. Well, we got the requisite number of levels to do the good
Oh.
shit.
He's got
Piercing
level
one.
3.
It's go time.
Yeah, he do.
Wait,
Don't you get that in here? Or
Yes.
did I?
Two. No. You get it before here, but two made it
Okay.
very nice. That's a good thing to point out. You don't have to go rest to get your new spell slots.
that's right. Okay. I thought maybe the Journeyman Crystal healed you or something.
No.
As you level up and you get access to the new ones as they come in.
Yep.
So
I said be gone.
you're done here, Mr. Moon.
Which means Rio might also... No, Rio gains magic a bit slower than Joey.
Yes.
Also, his rune doesn't pump out nearly as much damage.
Nope.
For, you know,
It's
the
a support
trade-off.
rune, but
Yeah.
it's a really, really good support
For,
rune.
for the trade-off of making your team effectively unkillable as long as charges last on it.
I'm pretty sure the level 3 rune is, or the level 3 power on that rune is one of the most powerful things in the game.
I believe so, yeah. And the top tier one is a strange combination healing / damage
Attack,
thing.
yeah.
Hell
Specifically,
yeah!
it damages for overheal.
Did you get a rune?
Wait.
Nope. Then he
As
got a
far as-
rune.
Oh, water. Hey! Alright.
Yeah, so when going back in time to last week, when Newbie said, yeah, rare find water. Oh boy, I'm going to pick this up. I don't get this for a while. I'm thinking, god damn it, it's in the next dungeon. So, universe is altering around profit? Question mark?
Thing that this is demonstrating to us is that it all averages out in the end.
It really does.
Well, you see in Universe B that
God
chest
damn it.
contained a fire rune. Or Universe A.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to cart a runesmith with you until 3, I think. After let you do it.
I'm not 100% sure there. If I left the dungeon, I could slot it, but
There's a person right outside in the inn who's a runesmith who can do it for you.
that requires me to walk all the way out of the dungeon.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying there is a person right there for reference for other people if they're thinking about playing along.
And in my party itself, I could slot that on Kinnison.
Yep.
And it would be pretty useful. Can't slot it on Millie because her rune is being... Her slot's being...
Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's Hedgehog rune. Which you can't remove.
Hannah could also use it. I'm not saying she should, but
She
she
probably
could.
shouldn't.
She is... Ooh! New enemy. New enemy's gonna get a
Goddamn.
nice buddy attack to the face.
It's fairly savage delay. Dang
Hello,
wrong.
salamanders. How are you guys doing? Except, I don't think those are salamanders.
Oh, what the?
So, as I understand it, salamanders became associated with fire due to them crawling out of fires in the forest because they'd, hide in old damp logs or what have you. And thus, whenever they got set on fire, salamanders would crawl out. So people naturally went, okay, salamanders are spirits of fire.
Yep.
Salamanders are setting our forests on fire.
Only salamanders can start forest fires?
There you go.
I didn't think
Got
that
there.
one.
You got there in the end.
I was more referencing that these things don't even really look like salamanders to me. They just look like birds.
Daggins.
birds, you think? They look sort of like small dragons.
Dragons is probably the better way to put it. In any case, they're dead.
That's it. That's literally all that water part is for. It's to get the water rune.
Appropriate.
Plate.
And the plate, yeah.
And to
Oofa.
allow access to some.
Hello, chainmail.
You have a fight woman that this might go on.
Is
Yep.
it chainmail?
Oh, no.
No. It's slightly better than the leather armor. That's right.
Slightly.
Well, the leather armor's what? 14?
Oh,
the
you're right.
chainmail
Yeah,
16.
it is only slightly. Anybody else use the brass armors? My entire back row. Lightweight. Nope. There we go. Kinnison.
Yeah, I was about to say, if anyone could do it, it's probably him, since he's kind of like mid-armor grouping, while the other two are very much lightweight.
Think.
Which is weird. Most mid-range characters tend to be able to wear middleweight armor.
Yeah, well, she's weird. Oh, hey, we stepped up the difficulty. Now we fight two of these suckers at the same time.
I really want to hold
Stiffy
on to
little.
Nanamis until the boss.
Then do so. They're not doing that much damage, and it's not like you have a bajillion runes, or not runes, medicines.
The dreaded 2 moon.
Double moon.
Messer's Venus. And, in case... Oh no! I've been linked.
You know what?
I didn't-
Just
Was it permit?
there we go. No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Now you're good.
Wow. What I was going to post was a link to the,
You can do so now.
definition of
You've been allowed to do so.
Right out. There we are.
Uh-oh. Ooh, boy. Okay.
Wang.
That looked cool.
Again, there's significantly more work put into these guys than I expect from J random fuck off random
Yeah.
counter.
Suikoden 2 just has a surprising amount of effort put into all of its animations. In the thought process of coming up with a new stream follow notification, I looked up the sprite, which by the way, I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Don't look up the main character sprite sheet. Just don't do it. There's spoilers in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've played the game before.
I'm saying it for the benefit of people watching.
There are many
Whatever.
spoilers in
Yeah, there are a lot of spoilers. Shocking.
There are so many spoilers in his sprite sheet, but I looked up that sprite sheet. That sprite sheet's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, with animation this elaborate, they tend to be. Why moons with beards? Apparently it's a reference to something Charles Dickens wrote, according to Seal. You'd have to ask him.
It's
Mr. Venus was actually a person, but one of the things that is said is you'll remember Mr. Venus by the waning moon. There you have it.
Now we know.
Huh. Holy crap. Every so often, your two hit characters just decided to absolutely wreck someone.
Yeah, crits.
No, I think I remember right. When in this game you can have multiple runes, unlike the first game, but you need to hit certain levels, and only certain characters get access to multiple runes.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Most
all
characters will get the left and right hand slot. Not everybody will get the forehead slot.
And
Which
those that
is-
do are usually mages.
Yes, which is important because the forehead slot, there are certain runes that can only be put in the forehead slot.
Yep. I think there are certain runes that can only be used on the hands, too.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the Bright Shield and Black Sword are, I think, locked to the left and right hands of the users.
Ooh, magic drain.
You know. Sure.
Wait a minute, that was just a goodies.
Yeah.
Well then,
You got to backtrack to that one that had the triangle, or the other one, remember?
fuck you, completionists.
oh,
Book
okay,
Volume
okay.
2 waits for no one.
It didn't slot it in there forever.
Yeah.
We will always
you have to go
have that
back to
flame.
that other one, put it in there, and I think the triangle
Is it-
thing is beyond that.
This is actually a thing I love. So you had like the rag and the rope. Those get used up. The flint is never used up.
No, it's flint.
Yeah, use that in the wooden amulet and you make a fire.
Hit minus 15%. Restore one level 1 magic weapon. That would be bad on a spellcaster.
DT, you need to get those either appraised or you need to show them to someone who can do something with them, and then they get stuffed into your library.
Yeah, once we have a home base, those will have a use.
They're just labeled Old Book Volume 2 because they're a generic, you know, important seeming old book that they decided to hang on to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we've actually got to the point where Buddy Attack just kills.
The front line, yeah. It really is impressive how much of a difference even a level or two can make at this point in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the game, levels, you know, they help, but if you're level 30 and you go to 32, it's not as big of a jump as it is going from 11 to 14 or so.
There is one thing that is important, however, and it's to make sure the main character's weapon is kept up to scratch.
Hold up. Hold the fucking phone.
What's up? Titan, hello.
For two-handed swords.
Two-handed
Rare drop?
swords? Okay, that's something to keep in mind.
That's an extremely rare drop. That's something that is, like, at least, like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Hmm?
Well, here's your mini-boss fight. I think I'm going to have to burn a spell slot on this.
You might. Remember, since you've gained a bunch of levels since you came in here, so
Just
your
throw the
defenses
black
are
sword
much
at
higher.
them. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I was actually going to suggest the level 1 fire rune.
Yeah.
Either that or Shining Light, one or the other. But I think the buddy attack that hits everything combined with the fire spell should be enough. And if not, well, you'll be fine.
Nobody should die.
Again, I don't think that everyone would die, even if they all used their AoE attacks, because when they did that claw thing on the front row, it did barely any damage.
Oh, Nanami, I forgot how good of a caster you are. That was supposed to do 60 damage.
I'm fairly certain these guys are very, very weak to fire.
These guys are dead.
Yeah. A lot of things in this dungeon seem to be very weak.
I got
to
a
fire.
salad.
Oh boy.
Why were these guys carrying a salad?
They
They
are
become
salad.
salad. Yeah.
They're healthy.
This is the wrong place. I went to the wrong
Nice green
place.
salad.
Yeah, I think you have to backtrack a little bit more. I forget.
So I had a couple of these in my inventory already. Those are just potions. It's a mechanic later on in the game, and we'll definitely see it and mess around with it a little bit. But there's cooking.
Oh my god, yes. This is so good.
The cooking is so good. But the cooking is meant for a mini game, but you can actually request that the food is made, and then they're items that you can carry around with you, and they are very good. You caught it in my inventory. One of the things, like the stew or something, is like a 500 heal, and I got that as a random drop going through the North Sparrow Pass, the first dungeon.
So I looked
Yeah,
it
that'll
up. It
happen.
is a 3.9% drop.
Yep, and the Titan rune is just you do a 1.3 times damage, but you go last. So it's very useful. I mean, your two-handed people are probably going to go last anyway because they're usually pretty slow.
But you can
But
ensure
if you
it
have
for
just a
damage
thing that
reduction.
you can always do 1.3 times damage, that's fantastic.
Alright, I found it. Oh, god damn it. No, I'm done.
You can probably even hit
Okay.
let go at this point for 4 of them. Fantastic.
Yeah, you
Friends?
would think I could hit let go, except... Alright. Everybody's healed up. I'm not messing around. I know what's coming up.
What? Nothing's coming up. It's the end of the dungeon.
Yep. We've solved their ruin puzzle.
I guess technically
Huh,
Kinnison would have been a two-hander. Not Kinnison. Oh, the guy you had to give food to.
Rikimaru. And yes, he would
Rikimura.
have.
Yeah. So I guess that's one person who it could have worked out. I don't know. Well, Kinnison does use a two-handed weapon, but his happens to be a bow. That doesn't count.
Yeah, Sindar. Sindarian.
Sindarin. It's also the name of one of Tolkien's languages, which is why I thought it was
Yep.
kind of odd that it's here, but whatever. Apparently, one of the groups of elves were here. I think the second oldest.
There are a lot of elves, and let's just not worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Joey, by definition, there can only be one thing that is most dear to you.
Gold.
Yes, it's gold. Ugh, no, please don't use close quotes at the start of a sentence script. Alas, Ryu cannot read that. It's just Alex.
What the? A two-headed snake? Who could have saw this coming?
That is the doofiest looking snake.
I'm
Also,
so happy
welcome.
to be here.
Hey guys.
Hello!
Alright, so we
Well,
have
more scary than
spells.
the actual battle sprite.
Is it time to not mess around?
It is time to extremely not mess around.
What up?
Eat that thing.
Now, even though
Drop a piercing.
it is two heads, I'm pretty sure it's only one enemy you're hitting, right?
Yes, it's only one target.
Still, you can just drop the train.
We are dropping so many trains. And yes, this thing is extremely work to fire. Work?
Oh, yeah.
Weak.
Work.
Work to
Which is
fire.
why having Zamza would have been very nice.
Oh yeah, Zamza absolutely wrecks this fight.
You know who else
wrecks this
absolutely
fight?
wrecks this
Yeah.
fight?
That seems to be a lot of damage.
Ooh, it's
He
actually
can only do it the once, but yes, it's a lot of damage.
It's a one-off. I believe this thing actually is resistant to holy damage, or
Yeah,
whatever
it
the
seems
right
that way.
shield rune is.
I mean, the snake doesn't have weird teeth, unless, you mean for a snake, then it absolutely does. But, like, it has normal, small carnivore teeth.
Did it say hello?
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good.
I'm sure it's only gonna do like 4 damage.
Well, luckily, I
They
have
didn't do
4 AoE heals.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold on
That's
to them, though. That
really
Yeah,
what your main
the bright
character's job
shield
is in this fight.
good.
Yeah.
Like so many Dragon Quest main characters, this main character doesn't really become a shit wrecker until much later, and mostly just heals things.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I like it when they switch it up and make the main character not the destroyer of worlds and actually a corrector of worlds.
The hard support.
And then there's sometimes that the main character just says, you know what, I do everything, like Ryu in Breath of Fire 3.
That doesn't count.
Well, Ryu in Breath of Fire 3 is far and away your best healer. But he also has access to dragon stuff, which makes him the most effective damage dealer at the same time.
Yeah, Rio can just fucking melee for as much damage as that spell did. That spell's also supposed to be an AoE, so. Oh boy! Alright, that wasn't too bad.
Hold on, let's time out.
Whoa!
Did that?
That
Yeah,
was
did
a
you see that
Big
too?
old boomerang.
Your boomerang just did 135 points of damage.
It was a crit, but yeah.
I don't care. That was
It's-
still 135 points of damage.
Yeah, it's really big. It's 20 damage.
Very large boomerang.
Yeah, as soon as Nanami is done with her spells, we'll probably start doing family attack.
Not a bad idea.
Yep.
Now, one thing to note about this snake, if Newbie had gotten here with about 2 levels lower, all those AoE attacks would have been hitting much, much harder.
Yes.
I'd say probably 15 to 20 points of damage each harder. So levels, again, really matter at this point in the game.
And not so much later, because it's strange like that.
This thing is like if you get here, if you're running from fights more, this thing is gonna be more akin to the zombie dragon from
Yes.
from 1.
The
Because
zombie
yeah,
dragon from 1 is an absolute jerk of a fight.
if you're noting, almost every one of this thing's attacks are AoE.
Mhm.
Yep. Also, they all look kind of like rune spells. You'll
they do.
notice that the hoods have like elaborate runic patterns carved or tattooed.
I
or whatever.
really like the whole setup of this fight, of the boss.
Yeah.
Everything about this boss is actually
The
really good.
actually, let me get it not flashing. I believe the one on the left, our perspective, is supposed to be more of a flame rune, and the one on the right is.
Oh
supposed to be
yeah,
more
they
of a
actually have
lightning.
different designs.
Yep.
There's a lot of detail that goes into the sprite design of this game, as we've been hooting and hollering about.
Damn it, game.
I didn't even know until you mentioned it myself.
And like I said, it's very nice that they give you the bright shield right before this, because spell 1, very nice for keeping your party going.
And that's actually the big difference between this fight and the fight with the zombie dragon in the first game. You have an AoE heal in this fight. So you can just press that button and all the damage goes away.
And you also have a very good physical or damage dealer
Mhm.
in Joey.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. These are each half of the true rune.
Yep.
It's the rune of the beginning.
They're, you know what? I'll talk about that later. I was
Well,
about
I mean,
to,
the
I was
myth
about
is
to use some
available
massive spoilers, so
somewhere
never
in
mind.
the-
All member attack after wield. Oh, because that's just they go last.
Mhm. You mean first?
Oh yeah. But hey, did you get away from your mic again?
Oh no, sorry. I tilted it up because I wanted to scratch my nose.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
Also, they do a lot with Nanami's animations, despite like not actually having all that much to do with these sprites. They do a lot of work with her.
Yes.
Nanami is easily one of my favorite characters in this game.
Yeah, she has a magical experience.
You found healing herb.
Great.
It's not medicine. It's a healing herb. Herb, not herb.
I know.
Healing herb would be a doctor that lives out in.
That is a great name for a doctor, and I need to use that later.
It's like Monster Man Well.
Huh?
Maybe the treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Alex just
I
sort
will
of
push you
glares
down
at
these stairs.
Yup.
Yeah, that's the thing that kills me about that item. It's one of the dumb things I remembered. When he opens it... Oh, and the game is very nice to just give you a free warp out. I think?
Mhm.
No, wait. What? I said no, let's go back. What would have happened if I had said maybe I'll look around a bit?
Look
Who
around a
knows?
bit.
Whatever, escape talisman, I'm out of here.
Although you're right at the front, aren't you?
No.
Not really, no.
Yeah, there's a good, like, 2 or 3 screens to get through. And the screens in
Nice.
that dungeon are huge.
And also, that's about a dozen fights, so. Alex, shut up already.
Alex is kind of a dumb. And there's an instance of the wrong person saying a thing of somebody. So this doesn't fix all the bugs.
Mm-hmm. Just most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it also has Nami's portrait, so I imagine that might have been in the original as well.
Yes.
I mean, she moved right before saying that, so it might just be a mistranslated text box.
Can you go?
Such that
Can you go pick up those healing items now, or do you have to come back later for those?
Yeah, story has to happen first.
Story's dumb.
Specifically this.
Pigs, also cat.
Custom sprite for an innkeeper.
Oh, she's fine. By the way, where'd all the guests go?
Question. I feel they may have made themselves scarce because they thought this was just, you know, not something they wanted to be involved in.
Yeah, Mokumuku.
The Joey getting a little panic.
Yeah, it's
bubbles
pretty good.
is fantastic. None of the three main characters are particularly above in dignity.
You sent Joey
To get a
to
doctor?
get a doctor without the entrance pass. Y'all stupid.
It was kind of a.
It was a
instant
tense
reaction thing.
situation.
Either way, yes. Oh, somebody just got sick. Oh, I wonder. Just these healing herbs.
Wow. There is a rune in Suikoden 2 that exists either only the Guardian Deity, whatever that is, or as a 2% drop in Banner Pass.
The Guardian Deity is a thing you can do once you have a base.
Oh, right. It's the... Yeah, I remember. So you can get it from that, or you can get it as a vanishingly rare drop.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those vanishingly rare drop things.
Where's Joey?
Because he deserved it, that's why.
What did he deserve?
Dying. It took too long to get to the doctor.
Okay, you didn't emphasize that maybe you cut out.
I might have.
But you
I
just
killed him.
Yeah, you came back with because he deserved it.
Yeah, I did not hear the precursor
I might have been
to
muted.
that.
It's fine.
I was very confused.
In any case, yeah, we'll never see him again.
Had to go back to his home planet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the three spells.
By
of
the way,
Bleeding
more
are
unique
already set.
custom animations are going on right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Nanami kneeling next to Hilda was a custom piece of sprite work.
In the scene where Ryo meets up with Nanami again after going back to their home village, is just like a mess of custom animations all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot keep hooting and hollering about custom animations forever though, because I will just be talking throughout this entire game.
Isn't that the point of doing a Let's Play?
I mean, yes, but
But we don't want to gush about that one thing the whole time.
Fair enough.
You know what's really peculiar is, so Mollis used to be roommates with Scott, and I basically spent an absurd amount of time together in high school. And I convinced him to buy this game because we found it in the Sony store in our local mall. The copy of it I've ever seen for sale personally anywhere ever. I did not see it on any game store shelves anywhere.
nope. The Suikoden
Was this game vanishingly rare everywhere, or
Yes.
just in Canada?
Incredibly rare.
It is Suikoden 1 and 2 are some of the rarest games out there to find.
I think right now both of them cost an easy 100 plus.
Huh.
Probably close to 200 at this point.
If he wants to hang on to his copy, then.
Oh yeah.
I'm very glad I talked him into getting this because it was a...
Find and a half.
Mm-hmm. What it was doing in the Sony store, to be perfectly honest.
Yep, Suikoden 2 is around $120 on eBay right now.
There you
Holy
go.
hell.
The first two games had a very limited print.
Yeah.
I believe they were much more prevalent in the PS2 era. And that's why one of the main reasons that, like, when they did the Suikoden 1 and 2 joint game for the PSP and never got released in America, that really, really sucked.
Yes.
Thankfully, they eventually put them on PSN.
Even so, that's kind of a jerk move.
Right.
Okay. I know what you mean, Hilda, but that's not what that means.
We understand the sentiment, but you may have gotten that wrong.
Don't worry about it.
Nicely backwards.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I'm not sure that's what this is.
No. Extremely no. Millie, do not be in the front row.
What are you talking about? That's a great place for her.
I don't think you get healed to full. Oh, you do. Okay, we're good.
Apparently, charity work causes full heals, or maybe you just took a nap at the inn. Who knows?
The answer is yes. Just yes.
Oh, by the way, Crumb, I actually found out why the hero was so messed up in that first dungeon afterwards. It wasn't because you're not technically resting when you're in the fort. It's because when you mess up the circus act, it actually takes half the hero's HP.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. To Muse.
Where?
Muse.
Muse, the city that we're trying to get to.
Details.
You know, after posing.
I thought we were just gonna go wander around the countryside for a while.
If remember. Wait, does that happen yet, or is that later?
What? I don't
Yeah.
think I exactly heard what you said.
Has what happened yet, or is what going to come later?
Event in Muse in this visit.
Not yet.
Okay.
We have to actually recruit a couple of people in Muse.
Indeed.
Need to look up this order of this game's progression so that I don't say the wrong things in the wrong order.
Probably a good idea.
Suiko's a girl, you dummy. Doesn't work that way.
That Rio is just like, you know what? I'm not touching this one. You two handle it.
Just roll with it.
Let's go,
Just
Pete.
roll with it.
It's time to go, feet. Nanami, please. Please.
Like, and look what we have here. It's more fucking custom sprite animation.
All these answers are great. Wait, who's who? What?
You see this? This is our D&D campaign right here.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is fantastic.
So is our D&D campaign.
Picture in here, a soldier entirely not buying this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just maximally skeptical.
Just stab her and get it over with, buddy. She's obviously a bandit.
Forgot about that.
To be fair, he totally deserved that elbow to the ribs.
Yeah, is
This
this
is where he calls shenanigans. The aristocrats. No, not that kind of funny. Although, in fairness, the aristocrats isn't particularly funny either.
Yeah, I think this may be the same guard that they tried to get past before.
Yes, that's the point. That's what makes it so funny.
He just throws you into jail angrily and storms off, grumbling to himself. Oh, I love these two.
Who was more realistic, me or Nanami?
Rio
you
still
both
wants
you
no
you
part
both
of
suck.
this.
Both of you suck.
The only answer here.
Don't put my acting in the same class as hers.
Oh, this soldier is my favorite minor character.
Can we just recruit that guy?
He is amazing.
Is this the place right by the entrance? The thing that I thought was a crypt?
Probably.
The local lockup.
Wait, are we having a talk with someone at night? That's
Oh.
never a good sign.
Oh no. Oh dear. The signs
Having-
for
This is
for Vinay, if you don't remember, literally almost every time you have a talk with somebody at night in
right.
Suikoden 1, they die.
I see.
I see.
They die horribly.
Yeah, this includes
I'm sure talking to your best friend at night is not a particularly unusual event.
yeah, that includes well, Ted didn't die, but bad things happened to Ted. Also Gremio, also Odessa.
Mostly Odessa. Well, that's not true. She just got an arrow. Spoilers, by the way, but it's a previous game, so go watch that. She got an arrow to the brisket. Gremio had a much worse death.
Gremio did not have a good time.
No, he did not.
I actually don't know what happened to him. I don't know.
Okay, so in that case, this is extreme spoilers. If you don't know at this point, maybe jump ahead like a minute. He gets eaten alive by fungus.
Yeah, flesh-eating fungus.
Yikes.
Literally all that's left is his cape and his axe.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It doesn't end well for him.
No, it ends well. Just there's some bad stuff in the middle.
Yeah, only if you get all the characters.
Mm-hmm. And then super magic plot happens. Why? Because the plot demands it. So
I
I'm
actually-
asking stupid questions.
I love how that plot works out in that it's not that he's brought back to life, it's that a door in time is opened and they pull him out.
You just yank him out of danger.
And then like not happens. The only time she's actually useful. And then there, I said it, and it's not false.
You know, I understand that Joey and Ryu have kind of been burned as of the start of the game, but I find it kind of funny that he's coming up with retirement plans already.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realize that this conversation was still going on.
It's a very touching conversation between friends.
I know.
Also, Newbie reads slowly. Or possibly
gotta
the
make
text
sure
is
that
autofilled.
the viewing audience can also see it.
Exactly. Always let it go a little bit longer than it takes you to read.
That's fair. Or possibly rather a lot longer, because I read fairly quickly.
It depends on your reading speed.
Mm-hmm.
And for those listening along, no, we're not going to read these word for word because A, that's annoying for people who are watching it, and B, that requires more effort than we want to put in on reading.
I
Also, because I would engage in funny voices and it would basically undercut every
We're
single
not
bit.
doing the Eye of Arg, whatever it is.
We'd have to drink every time we laughed and it would just get silly in a hurry.
Well, I mean, I do. Hold on, let me see if I have any alcohol.
Oh, god damn it, Crumb.
Hey, I do.
Again.
I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just saying that.
But we can.
go sleep.
Again, for a mute, Palika is awfully expressive.
Victor
Yes,
walks
thank you,
in.
TTI.
You tried to... What?
The fuck is wrong with you two? No, this is Victor. He just laughs at you.
Old man.
I actually found out something when trying to get back here real fast. If you hold down triangle, it auto advances all the text,
Yes.
but stops at choices.
Neat. It's like you're playing a visual novel, but with more RPG in it.
Alright, so now Muse is our new home base pretty much.
Mhm.
We can change characters at the inn. It's got a shop of every type. And we can even run around and recruit a few people.
Also, bother flicking Victor.
The most important.
Yes, it's the main characters of this story.
Victor is incredible.
That was it, huh? That was a jail cell. Also, I like this lock. This lock.
You're in the Hooskow.
Okay, let's see right here real fast. Let's bring up the old recruitment list.
Do you need to split video?
Oh, I should. Yes. That's a good call.
Hail to the new recruitment list, same as the old recruitment list.
Alright, so next time. Recruiting.